Dear learners, welcome to Page Object Model Session 6. This is Haradhan once again from Haradhan Automation Library. Today, in this session, I will discuss how we can implement listener's interface during framework development from scratch with the help of Page Object Model. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing framework from scratch, please do like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification as and when I will upload any new videos. Do not forget to provide your valuable comment for any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next videos. In my last session, you already seen right how we can implement report-ng reports in the framework whatever we are creating with the help of Page Object Model, right? So here first we have added two dependency in the pom.xml file for report-ng, right? One is the report-ng org.uncommon group id and one is goose, right, artifact id, which group id is com.google.inject, right? After it's imported, right, in the test.ng XML file we have added two listeners class, right? First one is class name is HTML reporter and second one is JUnit XML reporter, and the package name for both the classes is org.uncommons.reporting, right? After adding, right, if we for one test case we have added some steps, right, for the report-ng report generation. Okay, so here if we go to the that particular class, right, this class is available in the src test java folder and the com.pom.test case. So these are the class where we have kept our test case. So we have write few steps, right? So first we are setting the properties for report-ng and then we are reporting some log, right? We are adding some log here so that link to see the embedded screenshot, and we are adding some break statement so that whatever image reference we want to portray here, so it will be come in the same next line, right? Okay, so you can see here that particular part is we are entering in the test case level, okay, and it will be displayed in irrespective of whether the test case is passed or failed, like that. Okay, so let's run the test suite once and let's see. So now both the test case should be passed. So one test case there is no, right, reporter part is there, reporter.log part. For the other test case reporter part is there, right? And both the test cases, I mean, I have written some steps in such a way that none of the test cases will be fail and expected result will match with the actual result. Okay, but for the test phase object page, it will, whenever we will be trying to verify the report, right, whatever report will be generated as part of report-ng, so we can see some log here, right, and also we can see some link. If we click on that link, right, and the link name will be screenshot and that relevant screenshot will be open from that part. Okay, so right now we are not capturing any screenshot. In the next session I will create the videos for how to capture the screenshot at execution level and how we can, right, add them in the during test-ng reporting or report-ng reports, okay, as part of that. Okay, but the problem is that suppose I want to add all the stuff whenever test case is fail or whenever test case is passed for all the test case, right, which will be executed as part of test-ng. So what I need to do, I need to add this line of comment for every test cases. Okay, but in case say I will still able to add it, suppose in case 100 test cases there, I will add 100 lines. Okay, but in case test case is getting passed or failed, right, I want to display different message or different screenshot, then it will be challenge, right? And this, now to avoid this problem, we can implement, right, some listeners class available in test-ng so that this challenge will be avoided. So what is listener class all about and why you are using it? So sometime user used to modify the behavior of test-ng during script development, and this can be done by interfaces, right? These interfaces which help the user to do so are known as listeners. So there are a lot of listeners interfaces available, right? IT test listener, right, iSuite listener, like that. Okay, as the name suggests, listener primary task is to listen to an event, define and react according to that. So they will first event whether this is getting passed or fail or skipped or success or kind of stuff, then it will try to act based on the event. Okay, the main purpose for which listener are used by the programmers is to create logs and create custom report according to specific scenario defined, right? In case test case is passed, so I want to display some log. In case test case is failed, I want to display some log and I want to add some screenshot, right? So with the help of listener class, I can add it accordingly. Okay, so a TestNG listener always extend org.testng.it iTestNG listeners, and TestNG provide us the below listener type, right? I execution listener, I annotation transformer, I shoot listener, I test listener, I configuration listener, I reporter, I hookables, I invoke method listener, and I method interceptor. These are the listeners available in the TestNG, right? And the package name is org.testng.it iTestNG listeners. All the listeners are interface, right? What does it mean by interface? So interface will be having some abstract method. So whenever you will be implementing those interface from the class level, you have to implement all unimplemented method available in the listeners. Each listeners have specific method that are overridden. Okay, so here we will be using iTestListener, which is one of the most commonly used listener in Selenium WebDriver. The programmer simply needs to implement the iTestListener interface and override all methods of this interface in order to use it. It makes the call before and after every test present in the suite. There are several methods in it which are mentioned below. So these are the method name: on start, on finish, on test start, on test failure, on test skip, on test success, on test fail, but within the success pattern. So I have tried to give the basic overview for each and every methods available in the iTestListener interface. So whenever you will be using on test method, so this is first and foremost method that is called after the test class is instantiated, right? It can also be used to retrieve the directory from which the test is running. And on finish method, this is the last method to be called after all the overridden methods are done. In case all the methods is executed, in case we are writing some body, this method will be executed. On test start, right, this method is called each time before any new test method. It indicates that a required test method is started. On test failure, this method is called when any test method is failed, right? Any test method means in a single class there can be multiple method, right? In case any method is failure, so it will be called for the method levels. We can perform certain tasks on test failure, like taking the screenshot when a particular test fail in order to get more deep inside into the failure. So in this session I will not write any program to take the screenshot from the application level. In the next session I will cover it how to take the screenshot, but in this session whenever there is a failure, you can add some screenshot already saved in your systems. Okay, so you can give the path here. On test skipped, right? With the help of at the rate, right, at the rate test, if you use enabled equal to false, so those test cases will be skipped, right? So this method is called when any test case is skipped for execution. On test success, this method is called when a particular test method successfully executed. In case the test case is getting passed, right, and if you want to generate the report that the test case is passed and what is the outcome or objective of the test case, so you can still do it, right? Add it on the method on test success. The programmer can perform any desired operation on the test method success by writing code inside the method. Then the last one is on test fail but within the success percentage, right? This method is called when any test method is failed, okay, with some success percentage. So here I have given some example. Say any test method is executed 20 times but it failed 10 times, right? So it takes two parameter, success percentage and invocation count, right? So total number of success percentage and invocation count. So for the above case, success percentage should be 50%, right? Because it's executed 20 times and 10 times is passed. And invocation count is total number of time it's executed. Okay. So how can we add listener? Implement listener interface, right? So user need to. So first we need to create a class for the listener which will be implementing iTestListener and overriding all methods, right? This way I will create a class and I will implement iTestListener interface. After that we need to create a normal Java TestNG class. So in case I am having some class, so I will definitely I already some methods, so I will be calling it, right? Then in the testng.xml file we have to add this listener, right? So I already have some listeners tag, so simply I need to add one more listener under the listeners tag. this is the listener's name, package name dot class name, right? After that, if you execute from the testengine.xml file, so it will be executed. Okay. So before adding listeners, so here both the test cases passed, right? So already we have implemented testng, right? And here in the report ng, and here we want to give, right? Whether the test case is passed or failed does not matter. I want to give that particular text, and after that break, and after that I want to give the right path, right, for that particular screenshot whatever is saved in my D drive. And also this is the link name, and if we click on the link name, so it will be open in the new line, because we have used the blank, right? So this is the backslash we need to use, because this is the HTML part, and this is the tag name. So this will be linked because tag name is starting with a anchor, right? So now if we run the testng XML file before implementing listener class, let's run once time and let's see how it is behaving, right? As we already implemented report ng. So it is getting executed. Chrome driver was started successfully. So it will execute both the test cases written in both the classes one by one, and obviously both the classes will be passed here because I did not provide any assertion which will be failing. Okay. So first reset password test case will be executing, and be remember, okay, this test case everything is continuation from the class 1, right? POM class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you have to refer to my first video for the page object model where I have started, right, creating the framework, right, with the help of page object model from scratch. In case you are not referring, maybe you can miss something and it will be difficult for you to grasp the thing. So try to refer from the first session in that particular playlist available for the test framework. Okay. So you can see here both the test cases getting passed. Here both the test cases getting passed. This is the test case name, right? Shoot name, Facebook page, and these are the test case name. So Facebook reset password and Facebook login, and here you can find that package dot class name, and this is the method name, right? And if you refresh your page, okay, and there will be folder called test output folder. Okay, here you can find the emailable report. So you need to select that particular HTML files, then you need to press alt enter, so you will get the path here for the base default testng report. So you need to open some you need to open any browsers. So I will be opening the Chrome browser, I am pasting it. So you can see here, right, both the test cases getting passed. This is the test case name, and this is the package name dot class name, this is the method name, and right, so here nothing is displayed, right? And for the second test case Facebook login, you can see whatever we have written here, right? So it is coming here, right, accordingly. Link to C embedded screenshot, that is the text. After that we are giving one line break, then we are giving the path, right, screenshot. And if you can, if you open the link, so it will be opening the screenshot in new page, right? This is the, so you can see here it is opening the new page. Okay. After that, as we already implemented report ng, so HTML folder will be generated, and here you can get the index.html. If you press alt enter, okay, you can get the path here. You just copy the path and you open it in other browsers, so you can see the better report, customized report, right, which can be shared with the stakeholder. Okay. And if you select any of the test case, you can see, right, for the Facebook reset password, as we did not used any reported.log, so there is no report is coming, only the method name, package name. And if you go to that other test case, you can see the text is getting displayed, right, reported.log, and then one line break, and then this the link, right? So if you click on the link, so you can see here that screenshot is getting open, right? Okay. And if you go to the log output, right, you can see for the all the logs you can get it, right, whatever we are using as that part of reported.log. So everything will be coming. This is the first part text, and then one liner break with the break, and then in the second part is like screenshot link. If you click here again, it will be opening it. Now the problem is that if the test case is getting pass or fail, does not matter, right? So that part will be executed, but I want to customize my display, right, in the report. Okay, in case test case is passed, so I want to display some different thing. In case test case is failed, I want to display some different thing. Okay, so how it can be done? So it can be done with the help of like listener interface, right? So here in my first video I already said, right, we are creating a package called com.pom.listeners. Okay, so in the src.main folder, so in the package I will create a class, new class, which will be test listeners. Listeners. Okay, so I am not selecting public static void main. Okay, because we will be not keeping any test case in the src main.java folder. We will be only keeping the test case in the src test.java folder, where for each and every test case we are using the @test annotation, which will be considered a test case. Okay, so this class has been executed. Now I need to implement, right, that particular class with the itest listener. So I will be using implements keyword, implements, then itest listener. This is the class name. So you can see as and when you are implementing, some error message will be there, because this is the interface, right? itest listener in the interface. Whenever we are implementing some interface, we need to, right, implement all the unimplemented methods. So first I need to import it from the org.testng packages. After that I need to implement all the unimplemented method. In case you are removing any method, so it will throw some error. Okay, you can see there are 7 methods is available, right? On finish, on start, on failure, on skip, test start, on test success, on test failure, but with the percentage limit. So you have to implement all the methods here. Okay, so you can see everything is coming automatically. Okay, now say, okay, so whenever there is a failure, right, I want to get the report. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply cut paste this one, right? I will cut paste simply that part, so that is not a specific test case level. Okay, I will comment it out first so that it can be showed later point of time. After that I will copy paste. So here it is commented out, means it will not longer used. So in the test case level I will use on the, right, listener class level. Okay, so as and when, okay, as and when there will be some failure, so it will be displayed. So here you can see some error message is coming. You need to import reporter, right, from the org.testng. Okay, so the error message is gone. Same part, right? Here I can customize my report here. Okay, test case, because it will be displayed only whenever there is a test case is failure. Test case failed. Okay, refer to screenshot. Okay, for detailed report. So that's what I want to display here. Whenever there is a failure, so I am make it generic. So in case any test case is getting failed, so that part I want to display it, right? You can see here. Okay, so that particular message will be displayed first. After that break, after that some, I am giving some target, right, link. The link name is screenshot, right? I can change it, right? I can screenshot for failure. I will change it, the that link name, screenshot for or failure screenshot. So I can change it here. Failure screenshot. So right now I am not writing any program to take the screenshot. In the next session I will create the program whenever we will be capturing screenshot based on the real time, in case it is pass or fail, and then it will be reported here, right? Okay, now so I have written my code only for the failure part, right? Similarly, okay, I will write my code for pass. Whenever test case will be passed, also I want to display some report, right? So you can see here some passed on test success. So here I also add some part. Okay, similar way you need to provide the path, right, for the report ng for generating the report here. Okay, and after that here I will mention the test case passed. Okay, so I am removing that part. Here I will mention the word as test case passed. So without verifying the test cases level, right, green mark pass or cross mark red, with that particular text I can also easily identify whether test case is passed or not, because that reporter.log will be triggered only in case of test success. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, now both my test cases passed, right? So obviously that part will be executed, but not the other part, right? Not the other part, because it will be executed only in case of test case failure. Okay, so here I have removed that part. Okay, because I want to make it generic. Here nothing, no reporter log you can find it, right? So I have commented it. Okay, so these are the line of code for both the test case. So no reporter is there, no reporter.log. Okay, so no reporter.log is available, and I have created a listener class which is implementing itest listener, and as and when we are implementing it, so we need to implement all the unimplemented methods. So I am not writing any code for the other methods, because these are the two methods I will be using here, and I will show you how this method is actually work, right? On test failure in case of any failure, and on test success in case of the success, right? In case success, so I want to get that particular message only. In case the failure, I want to get the message here. After that, it will break one line, and after that, it will give me that particular link. Name will be failure screenshots. Okay. So now all the test cases will be passed. So let's run it now once more time. After saving all the code here, and here you need to implement the listener, right? That listener class, right? Whichever we are created now. Otherwise, it will not work. It will not take the listener class. So you need to use the same approach, and you need to keep it under the listener tag, and here you need to give the package name, right? The package name is com.form.listeners, and then the class name. So this is my package name. I need to give it here, otherwise it will not work, right? And then the class name, package name dot class name. What is the class name? Test listeners. I need to give it. Then we need to save it, and after that we need to run it, test.ng XML file, so that both the test case will be passed, and here that message will be printed out, because there will be no failure, so that part will be not be executed, only the pass on test success, that method will be executed. Now let's run it once more. Okay, so next time we will fail one test case, and we will see how the failure part is getting executed. So we have already created the listener class which is implementing itest listener, right? After that we have added the body, right, for the report.ng report in the on test failure or on test success. Then we have added the listener class, right, package name dot class name in the test.ng XML file. After that we are running it from the test.ng XML, so that both the test cases will be executed and both the test cases will be passed. After that, if you want to verify the report, you can see only the on success report method, whatever thing we have written, right, or reporter.log, so that will be executed, that will be displayed as your text, and you can easily identify whether test case is passed or failed, right? In case test case is passed, maybe if you want to take some screenshot, you can add it, but generally if you don't want to take it, fine. If there is a failure, then if you want to take it, you can definitely take the screenshot, and so the screenshot will be added in the test case level. Now you can see both the test cases passed, right? And now obviously if you refresh the project, and if you go to the path, whatever we have having the default test.ng report, as well as we have the report.ng customized report, right? So you can see here the message is coming as test case passed for both the test case, right? But we did not write anything at the test case level. We did not write any reporter.log at the test case level, right? You can see here as both the test case is getting passed, so that is taking from the test listeners class, right, which is for method whatever we have written for on test success, because on test success we want to display that message, right, in the report. Okay, and that part will not be executed because test case is not getting failed. Now you can see here both the test case is passed and message is displayed here, test case passed. And if you refresh the report.ng customized report, you can see here, right, this is the overview log and both the test case. If you click any of the test case, you can see the test case passed, that method is, that particular text is getting displayed. Similarly for the other test case also, you can see test case passed is getting displayed for the other method, right? So that's why test.ng will work. Now let's fail one test case, so that that part will be executed on the failure part for the other test case, right? And you will find that particular link, failure screenshot, and in the, if you open the link, so right, that particular image will be open in the another browser. So I will fail one test case, so I will fail this test case, or maybe I will fail reset Facebook page. So I will just simply change the error message expected 1. So I will be adding here 1, so that it will fail, right? After that, if you want to run it, test.ng.xml file, let's run it and let's see. So it will be running test case whatever is given in the test.xml file one by one, and definitely one test case will be passed and one test case will be failed. Here reset password test case will be failed here because expected error message will not be matching. We have changed it to like 1 before that error message starting. Okay, so here you can see one test case is failed, right? The Facebook reset password test case is failed. If you select here, you can see the error message. Expected was this and actual was this, right? Expected was this and actual is this. This is the expected. Where expected you can see that part is 1. This is the red color defined, right? And here this is the actual. Otherwise all the portion is matched. Okay, here you can see. But that is the portion did not match. That's why you can also verify it, right? Failed test case analysis in the test-ng failure exceptions from the exception result. Okay. Now if you refresh your page and if you go to that first test-ng default report, refresh it once more, you can see for the Facebook reset password that test case is getting failed because we have designed added one particular word, so the exactly it is not matching here, and you can see the details result here. Okay, and you can see the link, right? Failure screenshot. If you click here, it will be screenshot will be added in one more window. Okay, one more tab. Similar way, right? Because it is coming from that part, failure part, right? In the on test failure we have written it, right? We will be displaying that particular text, right? Text will be test case failed, refer to screenshot for detailed report. After that we are giving one more line, then we are giving that particular target, right? And target we are giving the path of that particular link, and this is the link name, failure screenshot. Similarly, if you refresh it once more, you can see one test case is getting passed. So if you open the past test case, you can see the test case passed. So this is coming from the method, right? On test success methods body. You can see this is the part we have written, test case pass. This is coming, and this is in case test case is failed, so we have written it. Now if you open it, you can see here test case failed, refer to screenshot for detailed report. That's what is first coming first. After that one line break, and then that particular link, hyperlink is coming, right? Failure screenshot. Okay, and if you open it, if you click here, it will be open in new line, and you can see the details of the message, right? I mean, what is the deviation, right? And for what reason you can, this is getting filled, you can get it. Okay. Now say I want to add one more screenshot, right? Sorry, here I have okay, I will open it once more time. I want to add one more screenshot here, so I will be in new line for whenever there is a failure. Okay, so I will be using same part. Okay, here instead of hyperlink, right? So instead of that hyperlink name, I want to give, right, the as a image format. Okay, so how can I do it? So instead of that part, I will be giving it in image format. Okay, so or maybe I want to give some other one, right? Instead of that one, I want to give it other one. So I will be going to my D drive, other image. Okay, and here you can see in the Selenium path there is another image is there, 988, right? So it was using 4106, now we will be using 988. So let's copy paste that lines, sorry, that name of the image. Both are extension is same, PNG. Let's check the extension for this image as well. Right click, go to the properties, and path will be still same, D drive Selenium, and this is the PNG. So I want to, right, if you open this image, so this will be the other part, other image. I want to add it. So this is the image. Okay, same image maybe. Okay, so I want to add as an image format here. So I will be removing that part, failure part. So here I will be giving starting with image img, and whenever you will be giving image, we need to give some src equal to same thing, right? Src equal to here href whenever you are giving any name of that link. Otherwise if you giving image, so that's why you will be using it. So first you need to give the escape character, and then you need to give the path, right? So here by default automatically 4 slash is coming, so you need to remove 2 slash, and then here you need to end with escape character, right? Then also I need to end with that particular double colon. Then I need to close the image tag, right? So I'll be closing the image tag img slash img, right? Then the other tag will be closing, a tag, anchor tag is there. So now you can see here the it is saved, right? So it will give me two different link here, right? One is the link and one is the direct image. One is the link, this failure screenshot whenever there is a failure of the test case, okay, and another one is, right, that particular image, right, instead of screenshot. Okay, now let's run once more time test-ng XML. Let execute the test case. So one test case, same test case will be fail again because I did not corrected it. So it will be launching the Chrome browsers. It will execute the Facebook reset password test case first, which will be failed because of the error message mismatch, and other test case will be passed because of the there is no error message mismatch. So for the past test case, right, it will take from the listener class, which will be on test success. For the failure part, it will take the other part from the listener class, which will be on test failure, that methods. Okay, so it is running, it is entering ID password, clicking on the login button, verifying the message, and closing the browser. So one test case is failed, that is the reason test case is not getting, browser is not getting closed. Okay, because right, we are using the hard assertion. In case we are using soft assertion, so that part will not be the, that method will be executed, but as we are using hard assertion, so it is stopping there, right? So in the other part, right, we have used soft assertion. So you already covered in my previous session what is the difference between soft assertion and hard assertion. So hard assertion means whenever there is an error, the next remaining line of code for that particular test method will not be executed. But in case soft assertion, and we are ending with soft assert.all method, so still the next remaining line of code will be executed. So that is the difference. As here is a hard assertion failure, so this browser is not getting closed, right? That is the reason the next method is not getting executed and browser is still open. Okay, now let's refresh the page. Okay, now go to that path here, refresh the path once more time. You can see, okay, right, for the failure test case failed, that method body is getting it's coming here, right, test case failed, refer to screenshot link, after that one line break, then failure screenshot. If you open it, it will be open in the new line, and apart from that you can see here the other screenshot is coming, right, instead of any link directly is coming. If you open it, it will be open in the new line because we have given the, right, the same line of code to open it in another window or another browsers, right? Okay, but the screenshot size is very big, right? It is not fitable in the one line, and you can see the error message here, right? Now let's try to view the same part from the HTML report as well. So I'll be going to the HTML report once again. I'm copying the path here. Sorry, report-ng report. Okay. So if you open it, you can see here for the past test case, right? That test case past is coming here because it is written in the on test success, and for the failure one, you can see here, right, it is first test case failed, that part is coming, then one line of break, then it is coming files failure for screenshot. If you open it, it will opening the screenshot in the new page, and for the other part, right, we want to take it, and there's the screenshot format instead of any link, right? So it is coming here, okay, but it is not fitted in the page. So maybe you can give some width and size here so that it will be fitted in the page, right? So I will modify my script here. I will give some height and width here. So how can you give an width and height, right? So after .png you need to give height and width. After .png, before backslash, right, before escape character, you need to give some height and width. I will give first height, suppose equal to 500 or 600. Similar way I will give width. There will be only space separated, width width, which is also 600, so it will be square format, right? Okay, so that size will be coming instead of whole page size, right? Instead of big screenshot. And if you open that particular link, so it will open the screenshot, right? If you want to fit in the window, or if you give it, suppose maybe instead of 600, or you can give it 1000 pixels. Let's give it 600 first, and let's see what is the size is coming. Okay, so need to save it. After that, if you go to the test.ng XML file, and if you try to run as, okay, before that let's pass this test case, okay, and I will fail the other test case now. Okay, so I will fail other test case. Okay, so you can see here this test case will be fail, and in this test case the failure part will be executed, right, on test failure, and for the other test case actually will pass, so in on test success will be executed. Okay, so now I have changed the combination for, so test Facebook page class will be failed, and this particular test case, right, test Facebook homepage, this test case will be failed, and you can see here browser will be closed automatically though test case is getting failed, because we have used soft assertion here, right? So we have changed it, the method, I mean error message which will not match, here I have changed it so that it will match. Okay, now try to save the code and try to run it from the test.ng XML file. So it will try to execute both the test case. Now test Facebook page class will be failed, and whereas reset Facebook password, that particular class and relevant test case will be passed. And for the pass test case, it will call that listener class, right, on test success, and for the failure on test failure, and you can get the details in both the report, right? One is test.ng default report, one is report.ng reports, which is customized. We have tried to customize some sort of part, but it can be more customizable so that it can be presented to the stakeholder, right? It can be a manager, it can be client, it can be another governing body, or right, deliver leadership, right? So it can be presented. So another test case is getting executed, but here both the browsers will be closed, because we have used soft assertion for the other failed test. You can see here, so both the browser has been closed. Okay, but both my test case is fast here. Why it is fast? So test Facebook page, but here I have given it's 1. Okay, sorry, here I have given in wrong place, right? So let's see, let's pass it. So you have to give it here only, expected error. Okay, so here need to give it here. Okay, but okay, let's see, though both the test cases fast, we have given in the wrong places, so that is the reason expected and actual result is matching. Okay, so if you refresh both the report, now you can see here, so both the test cases fast, and there is no such failure report is there. Okay, and if you export it, so you can see for both the test case, that part is getting printed, test case fast. Okay, now let's, I have already modified the code to fail the test case, test Facebook page. Okay, so it's, I have added 1 instead of that part. Now let's run it once more time, so that the test case will be failed. So we will try to execute first reset password Facebook page, so that will be passed, and then it will try to execute the login part, so it will be failed. But both the browser will be closed for both the test cases, because we have, for the failed test case we have used the soft assertion instead of hard assertion, right? For soft assertion, so though the test case is failed, right, the next line of code for the particular test case will be executed. But for hard assertion, in case test case is failed, next remaining line of code will not be executed. That is the reason closing browser is not happening for the failed test case where we have used the hard assertion. You can see one test case got failed, right? Now if you select the test case, you can find out the result. Okay, so that part is in difference, right? 1 is coming here, there is no 1. Now let's refresh both the page for the test.ng default report here. Okay, so for the first test case, you can see the message test case passed, and for the failed one, you can see here, right, this is the screenshot. This test case failed, one part is coming here from the listener class. Okay, for on failure only. So this is the part is coming, test case failed, refer to the screenshot, then failure screenshot, right, that part name. Okay, if you open it, it will be open in a new page. Okay, then another is coming image, right? This is the image for the other one, right? That is 988, right? If you click on the image, you can see here this is the 988, right? PNG. Okay, so it has been, size has been reduced, so it is coming as, right, image format, and you can see the error message. Now if you go to the report ng report, customized report, for the past test case, you can see test case fast, right? And for the failure test case, you can see here test case failed, refer to screenshot below. There is a one hyperlink. If you click it, so that link will be open in new page, and this is the, right, 4106.png. it is matching with that, right? And if you open the other part, hyperlink for the PNG, for the image, so you can see here it is 66988, right? 66988. So that's why you can add screenshot. If you want to add some hyperlink for the screenshot, or if you want to add some image format, you can do it, right? You can customize your own code. And if you click here, if you can get the error message details, right? Because here you can see this is the expected and this is the actual is coming. Okay, and if you go to the log output, you can similar way you can see for all the log, right? Reported.log, whatever we are using, test case failed, this is the part. It will open the screenshot. Again for the other part, it will also open the screenshot. Okay, so that's why we can use listener interface, right? And instead of hard coding part, so you'll be adding it in the listeners, and in case of failure, in case of anything skip, so I can give the relevant error message. Similarly, suppose in case I want to skip something, right? So it will give me the test case has been skipped, and you can get the details of the skip test case. Okay, and the next session I will try to create videos for how to capture the screenshot and how to add the method in the base class, so that it will be called, and whenever we will be adding want to generate in the that part, right? So we will implement it here directly. That particular class we will be calling instead of giving any hard coding part. Okay, so no need to worry. So whatever framework I have started, I will try to implement all the importance aspect as part of Selenium automations, right, from Maven or TestNG for other part in that particular framework only. And if you go through all the videos one by one, you will definitely can be able to create your own framework, customized framework, right, with the help of page object model. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.